Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Cover Show. Welcome to another album review. If you guys heard my last album review on Two Door Cinema Club's False Alarm album, go check that out right now. Great album, great indie pop, alternative indie rock band that I loved for a long time. They finally came back with a new album after 3 years since not making music. 3 years ago, 2016, they finally made it. They finally made an album called Game Show. And after that, they took a couple years off. They took a year maybe touring, and then 2019, here we are with the new album called False Alarm. But now we finally have a new album, Help Us Stranger, the Raconteurs' third, I think it's third, right? Third studio album. Great album. But for Jack White, has it been a while for Jack White? No. Jack White's been making music for a long time. You know, he never takes days off. He just released his last album, or his own solo album, like, was it last year or whatever, with the Boarding House Reach. Decently good album. I liked it. Didn't hate it. I liked it. But Help Us Strangers are finally the third album. This has like an 80s, 90s rock, kind of garagey sound, and I can't wait. Stay tuned for next Friday. The Black Keys' new, I think this was their third album? I don't know. The new album after not being a band for like a real long time, after turning blue. Their last album was like 2010, 11. It's been a long time because I think they said the touring and all that got to them, and they like took a break. So like Dan Auerbach made his own solo albums, you know, like Waiting on a Song. I think this was called his last solo album, which was a great album. He came out last year or 2 years ago. Waiting on a Song, great record. And yeah, so let's get right into this album review of the Raconteurs' Help Us Stranger. The album cover is a little basic to me, you know. It's like a black background with like one of those street signs. It's like a green arrow with a hand like that, and it's green, like a street sign, kind of basic. You know, all my favorite bands are coming back. The Jonas Brothers came out with Happiness, or what's it called, Being Happiness, something like that. That album they just released June 7th. And then before that was Vampire Weekend's Father the Bride album. Great album. Top to bottom, hands down, great album. One of the great albums they made. Like I said, Jonas Brothers album, great stuff. Don't hate me, I love the Jonas Brothers. Then after that, after those two albums, kind of waited. You know, Two Door Cinema Club's False Alarm album came out yesterday. And so did the Raconteurs album came out yesterday with Help Us Stranger. So the next Friday is the Black Keys album. So it's a great day to be an indie rock, indie genre kind of band. Or just rock, or kind of poppy. So it's a great time. Rock is coming back to me in my eyes. Rock and roll is coming back. So let's play Help Us Stranger. From the first song is Only Child. Let's play it. Alright, stop it. Now I'm gonna do scrubbing. I'm gonna be scrubbing a lot because if I play too much of the song, copyright issues, I'll only do like 15 seconds of each song. I'm going to play like the beginning of it, maybe scrub to the middle, just start scrubbing as like you move back and forth. And you're editing a video, you know what scrubbing is, so let's get right into it. This is The Only Child. I thought this was a great album. Was there any folkish stuff? I think a little bit of folk, because they're kind of a mix of like a garage rock, kind of rocky sound, more indie rock, maybe a little indie, not really much indie pop in there, not really much, but they're kind of, like, you know, Jack White's all in the folk. He loves country, man. He's from the country. He's from Nashville. So they throw a little folk twang in there, a little country-esque in this song. Like, Only Child. I think Shine Light on Me is kind of like folky, you know. Thoughts and Prayers. We'll get right into it, though. Stop talking. Only Child. I know that's a keyboard or kind of like guitar playing, but it's great stuff right here. It's so solo. At the beginning there, towards the end, it kind of had like that bluesy, New Orleans kind of bluesy at the end. Only Child. That like bluesy. Very bluesy at the end. If you can hear it, would you go back right here? Very bluesy. Like, yeah, like, I don't know, not like Sierra Vaughan, but it's very bluesy. Maybe BB King, very bluesy towards the end, very like New Orleans-esque. Love it. So that's Only Child. I guess that's the third song. But never mind. But Bored, Born and Raised is a great first song. Great song. That was like the last single they released before that one came out. It goes, I like the drums. He does kick to snare. I'm a drummer, so I know. One in the jukebox. Wait. One in the cigarette box in the jukebox corner. No, I don't know, but you know how Jack White is with his lyrics. Phenomenal, great stuff. He's a lyricist. He's great. Any album he makes, lyrics are just flawless, man. He's great. Solo album, White Stripes album, the raconteurs, you name it. Dead Weather, you name it. Anything he does is phenomenal. And I think Dead Weather he was more of a drummer side, but great stuff. So here's Born and Raised. Now like it goes California, born and raised. And he goes, the only song they do California. I don't know who's from California the band, and then Detroit, born and raised. Great stuff. I'll put a little bit of it. That's the beginning. Scribble a bit. So that's Born and Raised, great stuff. And you have your like acousticy rock kind of song with Help Me Stranger. And I heard the drummer, I think it's called what's it called, the Razor Batterhead? No, I think Batterhead's the top part. I think it's called the Razorhead, the bottom part. He's flipped his snare over. Where you put it's called Razorhead, not the Batterhead. The Batterhead's the top. The Razor one, has the little springs, little spring things that make the snare sound. He flipped the snare over and started drumming to it, almost like a slide kind of sound. It's a second that I hear. This is Help Me Stranger. This was the third, cause maybe the third song they released, fourth. I think it's fourth before Born and Raised. I think it was Sunday Driver, and then Now That You're Gone, and then I think it was Hey Jib. Dick Slowness was the third song. Then I think it was Help Me Stranger than Born and Raised. Hey Jib is a cover song, by the way. So, but here's Help Me Stranger. I like how I think it's like, I don't know if it's like something wrong with the turntables, like you can call me, and then it goes like every line goes back up it's great. Let's see. That one is Help Me Stranger. I don't play a little bit. So Don't Bother Me is a great song. Don't Bother Me, I like the drums. That one, I think my least favorite. Yes, I'm religious and all, but I just hate the song, but the title, just because I'm religious, I feel like since I hate the title, it's just a bad thing of me, but I'm religious. I'm not going to bring up religion here, but Thoughts and Prayers is probably my least favorite song. I like the name of the album, Thoughts and Prayers, because I pray a lot, Thoughts and Prayers. But it's just kind of, I think it's folky, very slow, Like, if you guys heard the Vampire Weekend's Father the Bride album, but the Japanese album, not the Japanese album, they don't sing in Japanese, but it's the Japanese album where it has 3 bonus tracks. Two of the songs, one's a poem reading, the other one's a very slow song, and that has a very folky, slow song. I don't like, for rock, it's not me. I'm not a big slow, folky kind of song. It kind of just like, it's like more like put you to sleep. You want something that can get you going here. I'm not a big fan of the slow songs. I'm just not. This is out of the whole album, that's my least favorite. The title, I like the title, but least favorite. So here's next one we're gonna play is Don't Bother Me. So here we go. Don't bother me, bother me. The beginning is like I love the beginning, the drum coming in there. And it goes right into it. Great stuff. I think the drummer is from like Detroit. Great stuff. So we'll scrub a little bit here. Like I said, this is like very 80s, 90s vibe, you know. 80, 90, a little garage rock in there. But to me, I think it's like more 80s and 90s as well. As for the Black Keys, they're more garagey as well. And Jack White thinks, oh, the Black Keys stole my sound. No. Your guitar is very different. Like you do like a bunch of whistles to your guitar. Like that's like the Black Keys don't do that. Just normal guitar, like strumming and everything. Like they don't do all the weird, like very like you just like he's very funky. Like he's very like his mind is all like Jack White's mind is all over the place with the guitar. Like he's very out there with his guitar playing. Like just regular rock and like very like classic rocky. This one's very like weird like psychedelics type stuff guitar playing. But don't get me wrong, great guitar playing hands down. But if you guys ever heard the Get Loud or Gets Loud where it has Jack White, Page from the Led Zeppelin and then I forgot the name though. And the guitarist for U2. It might get louder. It's gonna get louder. It might get loud. Check out that movie. Great movie. It had Jack White, the Led Zeppelin singer, and then Page, and then the U2 guitarist. Phenomenal movie. Go check it out. It's them playing guitar. And they talk about how they play their songs and their history. Go check it out. Great stuff. And also they didn't show. I think that it's like where Jack White teaches both of them how to play Seven Nation Army. I don't think it's actually in the album or in the movie. So if you look it up on YouTube, you can see him how to teaches him that. I think only in the movie they show him how to play Dirty Leaves and Dirty Ground. But like the movie starts out with Jack White, how he makes like a homemade guitar out of like a piece of wood and like the string and like a bottle, and he like plays it on his like this amp. It's crazy. So this is. So here's Shine Light on Me. Is this folky? I think it's folky. Kind of folky. But some people say Shine Light on Me was like, I heard a lot of reviews. Some say Shine Light on Me was like one of their least favorite tracks. It was a good track. I think, like I said, Thoughts of Breath. I don't like slowy folky music. If you're trying to do rock, like I want it to be like if it's some folky, like gives the upbeat, not very slow, some upbeat folk music. You know what I'm saying? When you're searching in the dark. I saw the piano. He's a great pianist too. I think it was Jack playing the piano, if I'm not mistaken. If he calls folk, it's like folk rock. Like very eclectic. There's that one. There's Someday That I Don't Feel Like Trying. I think this is folky. Like having some issues with my iPad here, y'all. To shine a light on, ooh, because we're having like there's people working like kind of like by a mall. I live real close to our mall here. I live in California, Temecula, California, and like they're like working on a mall here to like redoing the piping and stuff. I think some of our electricity stuff is just not working right. Okay, folky country rock. This is great, but the Thoughts of Prayer is very slow, folky. It's just slow. Just great stuff. Some great one. Great song. Great song. But let's see. I think some of these songs are actually pretty long. Some are short. Like some of the songs are short. Some actually have some length. This is pretty long. Let's see. I'll show you which ones. Born and raised, help me stranger, only child, shine a light on me, some days, Sunday driver, now that you're gone, and thoughts and prayers are like the longest ones. The other ones are kind of short, like live a lie, what is yours is mine, kind of short. Don't bother me is short, and that's pretty much it. But my favorite one is what is yours is mine. Is great rock and just I think this is the one that has a solo. This is one that has a solo in here. It's great. So now we're gonna go to Hey Jib. You guys know it. The drums. I love that. Then the guitarist. I forgot the singer's name. Cedric White. But he comes there with the harmonica. Buy you a Chevrolet, or buy you a Cadillac. And then goes, I buy you a shirt. It's a cover though. They didn't write the song. You guys know that one, right? You guys know Sunday Driver. I'm just gonna go through these quick. So bear with me here. I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. You guys know Sunday Driver, right? Wow. And like these songs on the album are not like the music videos. Like I think Sunday Driver has like a little difference to it. And like some of these songs have a little difference to it. So not like what you see in the music videos. I don't have more like 80s garage. Great stuff, the raconteurs. Look a dry. You know, Jack over this thing like, wow, whoa, you know, ow, man, like he did, like when he did Born in Her Radio, wow, and he has like this weird, like he says, yeah, wow, and he just says like little snippet things in there. But yeah, so that's Sunday Driver. See? That's his funky guitar playing. You don't hear that in Black Keys on the Rock Band. He's the only one that has this weird, funky guitar playing. But now you guys know, now that you're gone, great stuff. The solo in here, it's fantastic. Yeah, we'll play it. Boom.
That didn't take love you with.
See that? Like it's very funky. Like you really hear them rock like other rock bands that do that. It's very, like I say, it's very out there. So. Like I love the solo. I think it's Jack White doing the solo here because he's not singing this one. It's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Guitar solos, drum solos just get me. They're great. This is a fantastic solo out of the whole song. And the other song, I forgot what song it was. I might skip through it when I did my scrubbing. But there's one that had a drum solo in it. It's fantastic. Now, the Live a Lie had like a 90... How do I stop it? Has like a 90s grunge, like very like Green Day, very loud, heavy rock. It's called Live a Lie. Here it is. Short song. See, very like a 90s grunge. This to me, this song kind of sounds like a Sex Pistol type song. Have like an English punk rocky. Like I'm telling you, this sounds like the Sex Pistols. Like you could probably hear this in like a Mayor Tony Hawk video game or some kind of skateboarding video game. This song's like a skateboarding video games type of song, and also it sounds like a Sex Pistols type of song. You guys heard like a London, I think that's Sex Pistols. I don't know, but that is more 90s grunge or just like whatever the Sex Pistols type vibe. So that is Live a Lie. Then you have one of my favorites off the album besides is What Is Yours Mine. The drum here goes. Great stuff. And this to me sounds like a Jack White solo album type song. Great album. Hey, Will Ferrell, we need more cowbell. This has enough good cowbell in it. Love the cowbell. Alright. Love the cowbell, and you have Thoughts and Prayers, more folky, slow piano. See, very folky. That song reminds me of what's the song on their old album? It's called I think it's called When You're Old Enough. I think it's that one. Old Enough. I think that was it. Thoughts and Prayers sounds like Old Enough. I think, or the other one. It's like very very folky. Maybe when you, but like lower than that, very less. But that's Thoughts and Prayer. I think it's called. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up here. But I think Born and Raised sounds like Counselor of the Lonely. That's what Born and Raised to me sounds like. Old Enough? I think it was Old Enough. Yeah, I think it was Old Enough. That one sounded to me like Old Enough. Thoughts and Prayers sounds like Old Enough. Baby, when you're old, but like very slow. Yeah, Old Enough. It sounds literally like Old Enough. Thoughts and Prayers to me sound like a just a slow version of Old Enough. So that is Help a Stranger album. Oh, okay. Let me go back. I didn't get to finish playing that for all you guys, but you guys know what it sounds like. Very folky, old folky.
Like it's 1862.
Some people think this is like a great way to end the album with the song. I think it's just very, I don't know, it's just, like I said, folky, slow. Not my favorite song on the album. But to me, it's like Old Enough. And that's what they end with Thoughts and Prayers. I feel like I said, some of it sounds like, some of the songs sound like they're from like Counselor of the Soul. Like that one sounds like Born and Raised to me. Very great stuff. So there's some songs that remind me of like the old stuff, like Counselor of the Lonely, Counselor of the Soul. What is that? Counselor of the Lonely. That's what some of the songs sound like to me. But also just a great album. Talked about on a scale of 1 to 10 for the raconteurs. Help a Stranger album. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a great album. I recommend y'all go get it. I'm gonna wait till Friday to debate if Black Keys' Let's Rock album is gonna beat this. Right now, it's up there. It's 7 out of 10. Not the best one. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Council Alone is a great album. This is a great album. Great to bring back rock. You know, Jack White's bringing back rock. It's a great 80s, 90s, some garage type of vibe. So I like it. I'll listen to it a lot, for sure. I'll download the album, I'll get the album on my phone, you know. So we'll find out next Friday for the Black Keys Let's Rock album. Let me know what What do you guys think about Help a Stranger album? Leave it down in the comment section down below. And the Black Keys are finally back with a new album called Let's Rock. They should release it. I think all my favorite three bands should release all their albums at the same time. Like Tudor Cinema Club, the Raconteurs, and the Black Keys all released it yesterday, but it was only the Raconteurs and the Tudor Cinema Club. So we'll wait till next Friday. But three of the favorite songs, Low High, Eagle Bird, and God, the only songs they released. And they're all fire. They really to me sounds like El Camino-esque type vibe. Some of the songs. This doesn't sound like Turning Blue as much. Let's Rock. And that was the last album, Turning Blue, or Turn Blue. And that's from like 2011, 2010. It's very old. And I had pretty much some of the, like good of their albums, but I just never kept CDs because I have phone now, so I just download them on my thing or listen to them on YouTube Music or whatever, Spotify. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, leave a comment, subscribe for more. What you guys think about the Raconteurs Help Us Stranger? They kind of like took the name of Help Me Stranger, but just put Help Us Stranger. And the album cover is pretty simple. It's just a stop sign in hand, like one of those like you see on the streets. But I never seen one with the hand before. Maybe in Europe or something. But it's like a hand with the green lines, just a green hand like that on the street signs. Pretty simple. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. And I thank you guys for watching. But the Black Keys album comes out next Friday. I'm also gonna do a review on that. And their album cover is a little better. It's basic as this one, but has a little more vibe to it. It's a black and pink cover, and it's an electric chair. It's like somebody just got shot from an electric chair. That's pretty cool. And then the Tudor Cinema Club was pretty cool. It has like the three band members. It was actually four. They didn't put the drummer in there, but just the lead singer, the guitarist, and the bassist, and they're all like popping out. And you have all the like the grandfather clock, the phone, the megaphones, all that stuff. So. Great. So they're also on yesterday. They're on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the Raconteurs. So Jack White coming back with their band with the new album. Maybe he might bring the Dead Weathers back for another album. Maybe someday you might see Meg White come out of the dark and say, "Hey, can we make another White? Do you have another White Stripes album in you?" And if she does, the world will just end, because if we ever see the White Stripes come back, that will be one for the ages, and it better sound good if they do come back. I hope they do. If he's bringing back the Raconteurs and he made another single album with Boarding House Reeds and the Raconteurs Help a Stranger, what's next? Another Dead Weather album, him playing the drums, and then the White Stripes. Like, if you're, I think they're dating, really, to be honest. They said they're brother and sister. I think they have a kid. I think Meg White and Jack White are dating, or they're married. Unless he's dating somebody else. But he's also the owner and the guy at Third Man Records. So I don't own rights to any of these songs, to be honest. It's all Third Man, it's all Jack White, it's all Raconteurs, it's all Third Man. So, if I get flagged, it's probably because Third Man heard them and then I got flagged for them. But that's the album. Let me know what you guys think. I just scrubbed as much as I can so I can get like I think when you put songs up online, they're only supposed to be 15 seconds long. 15 seconds long. So if you do anything longer than that, you'll get flagged. Like if you do Instagram videos, I think they're 15 seconds long. Before, if you do any longer, you just get flagged. So, anyway, let me know what your favorite song. Before I go, I'm actually gonna rank my favorite songs off the album here. Let's get back to the track here. I want to get back to the actual album. But like I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna pause here. It's about to play. Okay, my favorite song off the album right now. I think my top is "What Is Yours Is Mine." Very rocky. Garage sound. I think second, Sunday Driver. Third is probably Born and Raised. Fourth is probably Now That You're Gone. Fifth is the Hey Jib. Hey Jip. So, and then Only Child. Don't Bother Me. Shine a Light. I think Some Days. And I think Thoughts and Prayers are probably my least favorite. I think I like Help Me Stranger is good too. But I think Some Days is okay, and then Thoughts and Prayers, my least favorite. That's my least favorite, Thoughts and Prayers. But great album. 7 out of 10 in my opinion. You guys can tell me wrong. Leave it down in the comment section. You suck. You suck. Whatever. It's a 10 out of 10. I love the Raconteurs. I love Raconteurs too. I'm a huge Jack White fan. I love him from all his solo albums, any other stuff any other solo project, any other projects he did. So I don't hate on Jack White. It's just this album. Just need a little. If you come back now, don't make it lackluster. If any band who's been MIA for years and you come up with a new album, it better be above average, at par, better. You know, we're gonna come back with the bang. You know, we're like, we came back and this is what we're giving our fans. Something we just do together in the studio and just put on a tape, slapped on a tape and a record and a cassette tape and just send it out to the people. Because I can't believe they're doing. I don't know how many people have cassette tapes nowadays, but all these bands are doing like the Vampire Weekend did cassette tapes. Tudor Cinema goes doing cassette tapes. All these bands are bringing out cassette tapes. I don't know how many people still have a cassette tape in their car, maybe, but it's very old. But yeah, they're bringing back records, cassette tapes, CDs, you name it. They're gonna put color to it and stuff. So let me just think about Help a Stranger, but I need, if we're gonna do a good album, you come back with a bang, it better be top notch. That's all I'm saying. It better be, if you come back, you've been MIA, it better be like giving the fans, we'll come back and want to hit them with the punch in the mouth with a great freaking record. We're gonna be like, here you go, we just play guitar, play this, do a couple songs together, slap it together, and send out to the whole world of America, whole world. You know, like with Tudor Cinema Club's album, the last time they made was 2016, and they finally came back with a new one in 2019. And they're like, okay, let's see what slaps together. They did not slap anything together. They actually took the time and produced this great album, and they came back with a bang. In my point, some people might think they're wrong. I think they came back with a bang. In my point, that's just me. They made out of the whole album that I like, False Alarm. One song I didn't like was Break. Out of this album, I maybe didn't like 2 songs. Like, if you come back with the album, you want to give us a punch in the mouth. You want to like really knock our teeth out with some great rock and some great music. And I think they did it. Did they do it here? Yeah, I got a little punch, not a bruise, but I got a punch. But it needs more. That's just me. Great album. I'll buy it. Yes, I would buy it. I'll listen to it every day. But it's not like one of my top out there right now. I think honestly, I can't wait to hear. I think the Black Keys might top this one. So I think the Black Keys with the 3 songs that came back, Low High and Go and Engelbird. Great retro rock from their old albums. It just has that feel. And those 3 songs came back. They actually really knocked my teeth out. Those are great freaking songs. I'll listen to again and again and again. I'll probably my top album. We don't know. I haven't heard the other songs yet, so we'll find out. But anyways, thank you for watching. Like, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.